Toilet is at critical mass, so I need to do a poo dump, which is not ideal. Yeah, part of the process. So let's go. Episode 3. What adventures lie in store? Who knows? Could be alien invasions next. It's time for the poo dump. Not good. Like that town in Stormelen where the sewage overflowed. This is where the magic happens. The hell is bad? Jesus. Clean. That was tough. So it's part 3 of my 2020 zombie apocalypse maiden voyage in my self-converted van. I'm parked up in the barn, which is an incredible landscape. One of my favorite spots so far. Had some good nights here, made some fires here, caught some fish. Camped out here for a few days, hoping for the weather to improve. It hasn't done so. So I've just been editing some footage and yeah, just chilling out after Tash has left. Just kind of taking some time to be comfortable being alone again. It's been raining a lot. I hope I don't get stuck. It's a little bit off-road where I am right now. The mission is I'm probably going to be heading north and I'm looking for waves. I need some surf footage and I want to surf myself as well, and I still want to catch a salmon. So a few things that I need to still get on camera. Still a bit of ground to cover. I've still got all of September left to enjoy the van, so that's what I'm going to do. I was pretty depressed for a while. Like, I just felt super disappointed. Like, I'd built this amazing van and then I take it on the road and it's like all the pubs are shut, can't listen to any live music. Like, when in the history of Ireland has the music not been playing? It's a mystery can. I think it's tuna. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I bought these. It's a bit hardcore. Oh yes, my favorite. This is the creme de la creme of canned fish. It's mackerel, fillets and tomato sauce. It's really easy to prepare. Ready to go. Amazing. The texture, the taste, the smell. So good. I haven't been doing a very good job of vlogging lately. Just been alone and like on my own mission. Not really. Not much has happened. Like when you're by yourself, everything's just cool, you know? No drama. I'm in Connemara. So I did Galway, now I'm in Connemara, and it's like Scotland. It's gorgeous. There's like lakes and lochs and rivers and mountains, and yeah, it really looks like the Highlands. It's super cool. So I've just pulled off my main route, taking some photos. Somebody asked me the other day if I was an influencer. A little bit sick in my mouth, and I have a confession to make. Like, I haven't actually surfed yet, so I had to pretend to go surfing for the film I'm making. So I was like posing with my fucking surfboard, but I got some decent shots. There were some waves, but they were like closing out. They were really nice actually. The wind was super offshore, and I went for a swim anyway, did some body surfing. It's a shame, but I haven't given up hope yet. I'm still looking for waves. Island. There's a beach here called Keene Bay, and it's spectacular, and I've been here before, and yeah, I just wanted to come back and shoot again and film it a little bit, but it's just so cloudy and not looking very nice at the moment. Maybe I'll hang around for a little while and maybe the weather will improve. Probably not. So Keene Bay Drive time lapse, here we go. Walking out the hill. It's always difficult to decide if I'm gonna go for my GoPro, my drone, or my camera. I need to get some more SD cards. One of my SD cards failed the other day, so I'm constantly swapping and changing, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. GoPro, Fuji, drones at home in the van. So I think I'll fly that later. Hopefully we'll get a nice sunset here and get some epic shots. When that guy leaves, I'm gonna take a spot later and then do a nice drone flight from there, I think. Should be pretty epic. Is that a magic mon? I have no idea. At least I know I wouldn't be good at hiking Machu Picchu. It's one thing ticked off my bucket list. When I was in La Hinch, I briefly met this photographer called George Harbus. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been so inspired in my life. Like, he's a surf photographer, a nature photographer, and he's sponsored by Nikon, or Nikon, however you pronounce it. His images are just incredible. Yeah, I want to be the George of Jeffreys Bay and just capture surfing and wildlife. And yeah, he's got this dolphin called Dusty the Dolphin. Well, he doesn't have it, it's a wild dolphin. Bottlenose dolphin, like a solitary one. And it's called Dusty, she's called Dusty. And they swim with her, and his missus is like this free dive champ, and the little kids are like surf legends. And yeah, he didn't start that long ago. He hasn't been a photographer his whole life, and I just find it so super inspiring. So I can see myself back in South Africa, show me shoots, shooting the sharks. Yeah, it's gonna be sick. I'm gonna swim with the great whites, and if one eats me, it doesn't matter because I get so many YouTube views. Yeah, I'd be sick if like Fuji sponsors me one day. Who knows? Before the shark eats me, hopefully. Guess what? Smells of piss. Made it to the summit. The sun poking out for a second there, but it's gone again now. I'm just gonna take a breather. Coffee here. I had a little bit of a lie-in because I ended up awake all night. I couldn't sleep for some reason, and at 3 o'clock I had a look out the window and the sky was just incredible. I thought I'd have a play and do some long exposure, which I haven't done with my Fuji yet. So yeah, I was playing around with that and got a few shots. I got startled at one point, like a fox came right up to me. I didn't even see it. And he tried to like jump in the van, and then obviously when I spotted him and shone the light on him, he ran away. I put some fish out, some sardine, and he actually came back and got them, and I tried to get some pictures of him, but he was just like way too quick. I've been on the road for over a month now. Oh, what have I learned so far? I love my van, it's epic. I do pretty well alone, and I'm pretty proud of myself for building the van, for doing the trip despite everything. Gotta park in just the right way, just the right angle so that the shower drains, but so that like when the main shower head's on as well, that it doesn't like go to the side and go out the door. The most important thing, when an opportunity presents itself, just go for it. I see it so often with photo ops. I'll see something and be like, oh, you know, that's a great photo op, but I'll just drive past from there because I'll be like, oh, I'll see it again, or I'll come back past and I'll do it then. But then when you come back, the light's different or something's changed, and you know, opportunity, take it, do it. You only get so many opportunities in your life, whatever it is, just make the most of it, you know, own it. Tractor coming, tractor. It's a digger. If you get a chance to do a poo drop, do it. Get water when you can, empty your bins when you can. Stay away from Irish boys. And the biggest lesson and the most important thing I learned is that I need to dedicate my life to photography. It's what I should have been doing all along. I love it, and that's what I'm going to do. So I've pretty much done the entire Wild Atlantic Way now. It's not just one road, there's lots of different like tributaries, I guess, like it branches off. Some of it's been really, really narrow, some of it's been quite off-road. I told somebody actually I was doing the Wild Atlantic Way, and they laughed. They were like, that's the best marketing campaign ever, was the Wild Atlantic Way. Since they started doing that, like so many people have come over, and it's been great for local businesses before Rona. Apparently the East was kind of like upset about it because it just rolls with the tongue, doesn't it? Wild Atlantic Way. It's just so like catchy. And they've got like the historic East or something, or the heritage East, I don't know. They've got another route there, which I'm sure is spectacular, but it's not as sexy as Wild Atlantic Way, is it? It didn't frame up that driving shot very well, did I? This morning I was at, there's a dog there. At Downpatrick Head, there's like this rock kind of, it was part of the mainland obviously, and had been eroded away, and flew my drone, took some photos, tried some long exposure there. But yeah, the sun wasn't out, it was really cloudy, but also no wind. Yeah, now I'm in a place called Kilcummin Harbour. It's actually a surf spot, but the waves are like teeny tiny at the moment. Waves, but I've been watching the surf report later this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There should be a little bit of swell kicking around, so I'm going to try and surf e-ski right. There's not a breath of wind, which hasn't happened this whole trip. Like there's nothing. It's really quiet, no one's around, just stopping for a break and a coffee. Also, it's my brother's birthday tomorrow and he's in Costa Rica at the moment. He's working on a boat. He does the same as me, also works on boats. And yeah, it's his birthday, so I've made the sign, happy birthday Bali. And Bali is a South African slang term for an old boy. And I've got a little shaka there. So I want to get some footage of me holding up the sign, different locations. And I'm going to send that to him for his birthday. So that should be quite funny. So the best weather I've had so far has been in County Sligo. So since I came up north, it's just been glorious, like really, really amazing. I'm just admiring my van. Maybe I won't sell the van. So I've spent the last 2 days just surfing so much. It's been like a year since I've surfed properly, so it's really, really nice to get in the water again. There's just so much surf around. It finally happened. I lost a plucky, got windy last night and can't find it. Super sad. Don't really know what to do. I've just crossed into Donegal yesterday and I mean the plan was to finish the whole Wild Atlantic Way and go up to the Giant's Causeway and then eventually go into Northern Ireland and cross up into Scotland, but Donegal's just gone into full lockdown again and I'm just on the border, so I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll just head back, go to the same sort of surf spots I was before and then head back down, head back to England and sort my life out because I've got so much to do before going back to South Africa and I'm a bit annoyed, time's running out and I don't really have a plan, which is nice but it's kind of not efficient either, and there's still like a fair bit I wanted to see, which is disappointing, but I mean that's always going to be the case. Just make a call now, gotta make a call. So I made the call this morning to leave Donegal and skip the northern part of the Wild Atlantic Way, so I've basically done everything except that last bit and I'm going to skip it because it's just like Corona Central at the moment. I'm just keeping to myself, but it's not nice. Other people kind of, you know, look at you, look at the number plates and they're not very happy. I decided to come back down south, so I'm close to Strand Hill where I was before and there might be some surf there this weekend and I want to check out Eastskey and then I'll probably end up going back to Clare. Yeah, that'll probably be my last stop before heading over to Dublin and then I think I'll take a ferry from Dublin back to Wales. I'm kind of sad that it's like coming to an end now. I absolutely love it. I've just fallen in love with Ireland and I'm very much on the fence about selling the van, keeping the van. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I think what I'll do is I'll hold on to the van for the moment unless I get a really good offer and just keep it in the UK, go back to South Africa for the summer down there, avoid the winter in Europe. Winter, yeah, the winter in Europa. Back in Eastskey, it looks like we're going to get some surf here tomorrow, so I figured I would just spend the night here and be on it early, either to surf myself or if it's too big to just film the guys surfing because I really need to get some more surf footage. And yeah, I've just used the van for a bit of shelter from the wind there and got my fire set up and yeah, just gonna have a drink and watch the sunset, get the fire going and have a little party by myself here and hopefully get some waves in the morning. So yeah, it kind of feels like everything's coming to an end now, which is kind of sad. Yeah, it's really important to just stay in the moment, keep enjoying the moment and not get distracted and lose sight of everything you've had and yeah, just appreciate everything for what it's been. Cheers. Fire's going strong. 2 ciders on the go at the moment. It's a bit naughty. Got a time lapse going on here and it's going to be a really good sunset. Cheers. Cold this morning, like it's probably the coldest night I've had. It looks like a beautiful day, super clear. What am I doing? I'm gonna go see if there's waves. That's a cool spot to check the surf. On top of a castle.
dance, the way that you shake your head in full denial of the truth.
Little party for one in the front seat. You know, when I set off on this trip, I was so certain that I was going to sell the van, and I had this dream for Africa, and that was all great, and I still kind of have that dream, but I have so much confidence in the van now. It's performed so well. Nothing's damaged, nothing's broken, like tiny minimal things, but it's really done well, and I've had such an amazing time. So I don't really want to get rid of it yet, and I think if I hold on to it for another year, like, it's not going to devalue massively, so there's no huge rush. Yeah, unless I get a really good offer, but it really needs to be the right offer, because the feedback I've gotten for this van, like, people are saying it's beautiful, it's like a professional build, and I can confirm myself now that you can live in this full time. Like, it really works. So comfortable, it's so spacious. I'm so happy in it now. In the winter it would be tough in Ireland for sure. There have been a few nights now where it's been pretty frosty, you know, but then you just blast the heater and you're all right again. And I'm super sad because everything's coming to an end, but I'm so incredibly grateful for having had this experience. I met some incredible people, and I met some not so nice people, but that's also part of travel. There have been places where I wanted to stay forever and I never wanted to leave, and then there have been places where I just, you know, had a low point, and it's all in your head, it's all in your mind, it's all your perception of reality. That's what's really important. Have your own goal and your own vision, and don't let anybody derail you. That's really important. You got to keep your standards high. Always take the high road and be kind. And if somebody doesn't align with you or with your core values, like, wish them well and just be on your way. Anyway, total tangent. These potatoes are, I think, the best salt and vinegar chips I've ever had. Definitely my favorite. Got a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon here. 2 more packets of Tato. Yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy the sunset here by myself, reflect on everything, reflect on how absolutely blessed and lucky I am to have experienced this. It's exceeded my wildest expectations, and it's really sparked a passion in me. If everything else had been a disaster, the lesson to come from it, to know that I am strong enough alone, I'm good enough alone, I can rely on myself, and I know what I want to do with my life. Like, if that's the only lesson I learned, then it's been absolutely worth it. So it's been like probably the best time of my life. I had an amazing time, and even though it was locked down and crazy stuff going on and the future's so uncertain, I really got a chance to live in the moment. Pour myself a little glass of vino. Cheers. It is the 1st of October, it's 6 in the morning, it's freezing, it's really cold, and I'm in the queue for my ferry to go back home. And I'm so sad. I don't want to go. I'm excited for the new chapter, but I'm also super sad. It's been absolutely unbelievable. The experiences, the people, the sights, the sounds, the van, the road, all of it. Not always easy. I don't regret quitting my job, buying the van, coming to Ireland, none of it. Next chapter, head home, sort out my life, get everything packed, get back to Africa. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure, and yeah, I hope it's been entertaining. I hope the message was a good one. Yeah, I mean, the main thing was really to test the van out. That was a success. To make a film, I think that was a success. It's the first cinematic film I've made, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I mean, the vlogs are just kind of a peripheral thing. I'm not such a vlogger, it's not really my thing, but yeah, everything else has been super organic and really formative, and I think I've really found my own groove again, and my own stoke, and my own purpose, which is the most important thing in life, to have your own vision and your own plan and your own goals. So I couldn't be happier, and I'm super grateful. Times are still weird, but I'm super grateful. Coffee time. Just mud. Yummy. Ooh, it's starting to look quite delicious. So I just smashed my first glass of wine in the van. The storm is actually getting a little bit insane right now. So I spent €5 before to wash my car, and I think that's pretty steep, to be honest. Quite like the Irish diddly doodle music. This is what happens when your van is not perfectly straight.
Continue for 1.5 kilometers.
I'm not dressed yet. It's okay. I look like cuck as well. I love it, no plan. Actually staying away from people, which is fantastic. Like, I don't want to see people, if I'm honest. What are you doing? That's basically she's telling me to shut up.